very soon. As it stands, journalists, if you are going into Cameroon, you probably will be asked to be double vaccinated at the very least.
I hope Novak Djokovic gets to play that. I'll be looking forward to seeing him. All right then, bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much, Charity. It is Sports Bank, your favorite sports show on radio. Welcome on board. I was really enjoying that, chit-chat with Charity. But hey, I guess we have to get right into the show. I'm not here alone. We have Feromi Adeboyega here, who is donning a Barcelona jersey this morning. If you're streaming live on Facebook, I think you would have seen that already. Don't worry, I'll be gentle on him. And of course, Faith Adedeji is also here on the show this morning. Welcome to Sports Bank. Well, you can join us on Facebook and leave your comment about Barcelona dropping into the Europa League for the first time in about 17 years. Yes, for the first time in 17 years. Who would have thought? And then the comments made by Xavi before the game and after the game, really, people are wondering, does he really know what he was saying or what he's saying at this point? Yeah, we'll talk about that. But of course, you already heard about tennis and Novak Djokovic, who his name has appeared on the list that's for the Australian Open. But then it is not clear whether he is vaccinated or not. He says he's not going to disclose his status just yet. So we'll be looking at an Australian Open where some of the big tennis stars will not be available for this one. Serena Williams has pulled out. She says she's not physically at the level she would like to be a part of that competition yet. There's also not Roger Federer will not be participating, still rehabilitating from knee surgery. There's also Stanislas Wawrinka, who is missing with injury. So some of the big names in tennis will not be at the Australian Open, but of course, the ones that we've seen light up the stage this year, perhaps we expect them to go all the way and continue to light up the stage. The tournament will start on the 14th of January. Straight up in basketball, Los Angeles Lakers president Jenny Boss refused to make a comment when he was asked to comment on the head coach Frank Vogel's future. The commentary made by the organizational head of the team neither conveyed praise nor criticism, but if refusal to confirm his position is fully secure, does raise questions about the long-term future of Frank Vogel. That's the LA Lakers coach there. It is not looking so good for Lakers. They have been circling above or below .500, meaning that, they have almost equal win-loss record so far this season. And the owner of the team is saying, until we are fully fit, until we are fully healthy, that is only when I can begin to rate the work of the coach so far. Okay, the game's played in the early hours of this morning. Golden State Warriors improved their record to 21-4 with a 104-94 victory over Portland Trail Blazers, who are missing the services of Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, who has collapsed lungs. And Steph Curry in that game made 6 threes, which means that he is 10 away from history, 10 away from becoming the outright, outright top 3-point shooter of all time. So still looking at history there. But next for them, we'll be going away to Philadelphia 76ers, and of course we'll try to try his hands on that trophy, on that record once again. And speaking of the 76ers, they defeated the Charlotte Hornets 110-106. Cavaliers defeated Chicago Bulls. We also had Washington Wizards defeating Detroit Pistons. Pacers defeating New York Knicks, and surprisingly for me, Milwaukee Bucks went away to Miami Heat and they lost that game. Raptors as well, they lost to the OKC Thunder, just one point, and Brooklyn Nets, another surprising result, losing to Houston Rockets. Guys, good morning. Feromi, it's great to see you. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, good morning to you, Blessing. Good morning to Faith, to a wonderful listener out there. I mean, it's all good to be back again to explore this wonderful morning. Well, we've started with the basketball, so let me just keep it off from there. I mean, interesting result this morning, like you rightly said, a surprising one for me has to be, Houston Rockets defeating Brooklyn Nets. I mean, that's a really, really massive surprise for me, because if you look at Houston Rockets this particular season, they've been very, very inconsistent. They've not really had that best of form that you would expect. And, considering the kind of, quality that Brooklyn Nets has in their kitty, you would expect them, to get all the results in that one. They've only won, a 17-8, and they want to actually better that compared to 8 wins and of course 16 losses of Houston Rockets this season. That has not really been, a very good one for them. So, you would expect them that they should be able to get that one, but unfortunately, they lost that one. But hey, it's not the end of the road. They will definitely get back. I believe that's Brooklyn Nets.
Okay, Faith Adedeji, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Blessing. Good morning, Feromi. Well, wonderful time to be here this Thursday morning. Well, maybe you say courage is a little bit contagious, with Feromi displaying bravery this morning, but maybe I wouldn't go into that yet. Well, the NBA serves us beautiful, interesting matchups. Just like Ferrum was talking about the game between Houston Rockets and Nets. Well, JSW as well, they did what maybe we've become used to this season. We've become accustomed to them winning games. Yeah, they've lost quite a few. I think they've lost about four games. Yeah. But, they've been able to do well for themselves in particular games. We saw them against, Trailblazers this morning, where they were able to, we say trailblaze, they did well for themselves, and Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, and some of their guys doing so well. So, it's a beautiful time to see what we're seeing in the NBA this time around.
Okay, leave your comments via Facebook. Find us on our Facebook fan page, Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan. Let's get talking about Xavi and Barcelona dropping to the Europa League for the first time in 17 years. We need to go on a very quick commercial break. We return, and of course, football gets our attention.
He's ready. Fashion, groceries, so Jumia is ready. Tech and gadgets, so everything is ready. Unbeatable prices, Jumia is ready. With Jumia, Christmas is delivered.
Get up to 50% off with our Christmas deals on groceries, fashion, phones, electronics, and more. From the 6th to the 19th of December, visit the Jumia site or download the app to shop all deals. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Bode, now what do you find for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Ide kulele to drink. Are they relief now? I love comics. Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. These symptoms never stop after 3 days. Make you
Hello, blessed people. My name is Tokwe Alabe. This is to invite you specially and personally to Night of Carols with Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan. Are you ready? The venue is MOF 21 Event Center, Ring Road, Ibadan, and the time is 4 p.m. prompt. Tell somebody to tell somebody. It's going to be awesome that day. Amen. See you there.
What's the English name for Amala?
Amala. Amala. Okay, Ebo Amala. Cassava yam now. Cassava flour.
I just know it's called yam flour. But I don't know.
English name for Amala?
Amala doesn't use English name. Amala is normally we call it Amala. English name of Amala. Amala no Amala jelly bona. Ego. Now Amala is Amala now.
Yam flour.
Amala. Black. What are you calling this? Black yam. Protect my. Ibadan. This is Splash FM on the street again, and my name is Abimbola Balogun. This is the city of Ibadan, and we're about to serve you those hot questions as usual. Now you know now. Would you allow your girlfriend to sleep with a ex for 20 million naira?
Ex-boyfriend?
Yes.
I can allow you now.
Yeah? Hey, wait.
So I go,
love for money. Just
I tell you, I don't love someone.
Ciao.
Chap. Now what are you talking about?
Money now. I white gongo. Money now. I'm talking about money. Money issue. Money issue.
Okay, boys,
no, no, so bank and I go collect a waiting day there.
I can't though.
20 million naira.
No, I can't. I can't.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm going to get that for us. So why will you go to the actually going to provide the 20
This is another episode of Splash on the Street, where we ask the people of Ibadan interesting questions. You want to know today's zone? Let's meet on the street. Between a car and a house, which would you prefer to get first?
I'll go for house now.
Why?
Because it's more durable and it gives someone more comfortability and it's an asset, you know, and it has future more than buying a car.
Okay.
So you understand, a car is just to show someone's flamboyance, you know, a kind of being arrive and you know, and it makes people even to run after you. They thought you have a kind of much money in your hands, so I would prefer to buy a house first.
Priority matters, but first priority in this country is having a car.
Why?
Just to make for your easy movements. But the number one thing is to have your house, because you can't live in your car with your family members.
So personally for you, which one would you pick first?
I can't decide until I ask my partner. Because once you are married, you are no longer yourself, you are now one. So it's not all about you, it's about you and your partner.
I prefer house than a car.
Why?
Because if I have cars, I cannot sleep inside car wherever I'm going. But if I have house, whenever I'm living in the house, I'll have a home.
Okay.
Ilé ni màá kọ́ra.
Ilé dé sá.
Ilé ìjámu, mọ́tò mọ́ jámu, nítorí mọ́ náwó sí mọ́tò ni. Ṣùgbọ́n lé, ọkàn mi ò bá ilé lórí.
First,
a house. Why? Because I can have issues with car later on. But house, actually one paper on money. Oh, I see.
On Splash FM, it is a sports bang, your favorite sports breakfast sports show on radio. And now straight to the UEFA Champions League. 5-time European champions Barcelona lost to Bayern Munich to miss out on the knockout stages of the Champions League for the first time in 17 years. And I'm looking at the comments made by Xavi just before the game. He said, and I quote, "Miracle, I don't think winning in Munich would be a miracle. We can beat anyone." And of course, after that game, we had Thomas Müller saying Barcelona cannot cope with intensity. Technically and tactically, they have it all. But at the highest level, they cannot match the intensity of the game. That's a dagger, Fermi.
Yeah, I don't see it as a dagger. I see it as a reality. I mean, this man is speaking the truth. And you look at that game yesterday and you feel that, hey, the truth is, if there is anybody, the big teams meet Barcelona this season, they'll probably lose to them because they don't have that, that high level of performance, that high level of intensity that can match up with these guys. I mean, look at what Bayern did to them. They literally, took charge of that game right from the first minute to the very last minute of that game. And that says a lot. I mean, when you meet Real Madrid, probably the same thing will happen to you when you meet Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, PSG. Same thing will happen to you. So I think it's just best at this point in time that they are out of the Champions League. Hopefully, yeah, definitely, because I feel, the pressure to some extent would actually reduce on them. And of course, a lot of people will not be expecting so much of Barcelona. I said it right from the moment, Xavi got that job, that Barcelona fans shouldn't expect much this season. If they go trophyless, I think it is fine. I think the least that would actually happen is probably, if you can get the Champions League slot right there in the Spanish La Liga. But the thing is this, if you fall 3 times, you stand up 4 times. That is it.
How the mighty are falling, Faith?
Yeah. Fermi was talking about when they meet big teams. How about when you meet Real Betis?
Indeed.
How about when you
smaller
meet
teams?
Benfica?
What do you do?
Is Benfica also a big team? I mean, how about struggling to win 1-0 against Dynamo Kiev? You look at all these results and you feel like, well, things are really at an all-time low for Barcelona right now. At least in the last 17 seasons, we've never seen Barcelona this terrible, and it's not something we're used to. I understand that their fans are also not used to this. They've been so spoiled with success that, well, maybe they will not understand this level now. But it's very, very, disappointing that Barcelona will be at this level. I saw that game and they showed no form of, I would say, class at all. There was no spirit, there was no art, there was almost nothing. They just fell flat to a Bayern Munich that were not even playing at their best. I would say at best, Bayern Munich were at maybe third gear yesterday. They didn't even display the usual ravaging, Bayern Munich. So, I mean, it's now for Barcelona to focus on the rebuilding process. They should forget about trophies, forget about winning right now.
Maybe forget about making top 4 too.
Well, maybe it shouldn't be that bad.
Because finances is crying at this point.
But then, for Barcelona, I mean, a club that tries to win the league, I think the barest minimum should still be making the top 4. I mean, only maybe Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid should still come out as the teams better than them in the league.
Okay, these are the teams that have qualified. In Group A, we have City and PSG. They are through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. RB Leipzig dropped to the Europa League. In Group B, Liverpool and Atletico Madrid make it through. Porto dropped to the Europa League. AC Milan crashed out in Group C. Ajax and Sporting Dortmund to the Europa League. In Group D, Real Madrid and Inter Milan, Sheriff Tiraspol to the Europa League. In Group E, Bayern Munich and Benfica, and of course Barcelona straight to the Europa League. In Group F, Manchester United, they are through, but we're waiting for either of Villarreal or Atalanta to join them. The game wasn't played yesterday because of snow. It has been rescheduled for today at 7 p.m. Then we'll know who joins United in the next round and who also drops to the Europa League. In Group G, Lille and Salzburg straight to the knockout stages, and Sevilla dropped to the Europa League. Wolfsburg crashed out. In Group H, Chelsea missed out on finishing top of the group following that last gap equalizer by Zenit. That means Juventus topped the group, but of course Chelsea also still qualifies, and Zenit dropped to the Europa League. This is the BBC Premier League update. We return, take some comments on Facebook, and of course wrap things up this morning. Stick around.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Andy Barwell at the BBC Sports Centre. Manchester United's new interim boss, Ralph Rangnick, couldn't make it back-to-back wins. United are already qualified for the last 16 of the European Champions League as group winners, and they were held to a 1-1 draw by the Swiss side Young Boys at Old Trafford. The BBC's senior football reporter Ian Dennis was there.
After an energetic start, just sort of like it faded away in the wet conditions, really. A dead rubber that some will want to erase. However, for others, it is a night that they will never forget. Debuts for teenagers Charlie Savage, son of Robbie, and Zidane Iqbal.
Although Chelsea were already through to the last 16 of the Champions League, they were pipped to top spot in their group by the Italian side Juventus. Chelsea, the holders, conceded an equaliser in the 4th minute of added time in drawing 3-3 away at Zenit St. Petersburg. And boss Thomas Tuchel wasn't happy.
My analysis is very clear. Our behavior changes when we have a lead. This is something we never did and we should never do, because we do the things that we want to do on the highest level and we push ourselves, and it hurts and it has to hurt. And you have to be tired at halftime and fully tired, and you have to play through pain, physical pain. If you change your behavior because of a result, you allow the possibility to get punished.
And Tottenham Hotspur's Europa Conference League match against the French side Rennes is off after 8 players and 5 members of staff tested positive for COVID-19 at the London club. And Tottenham's game against Brighton in the Premier League this Sunday is believed to be under review. For more football news on the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Okay, we're heading straight to Facebook this morning. Samuel Okolawon, we see you. Good morning to you. Solomon Adeli, we see you as well. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Olabi Olale Kontemitokwe says, good morning, guys. Barcelona fans shouldn't expect Barcelona to be on the same level with when Messi was with them. This is what happens when one refuses to plan for the future because of present success. Have a nice day, best sports analyst. Does he have a point here, Fit? I mean, you enjoy the present success so much and you're not planning for the future.
Well, yeah, you have to say that. But, for Barcelona, they just have to know that they've suffered terrible management. And, well, they have new management right now, a new president who seems like he knows what he's doing. Maybe you'll be able to chart a way forward for Barcelona. That is left to be said.
Okay, Samuel Okolawon says, I hope Barcelona's situation will not become like that of my dear Arsenal. That is no longer even in Europa League. Now so bad record they start to, indeed. Prince Adetiloye Bitola says, Ogaferomi and other Barcelona fans, it is time for reality. Go and enjoy Conference League, because that is where they are still going. It is just a stopover at Europa League. Salvation Joshua says, good morning, Sports Bank. Okay, Tune is not here this morning. Barcelona will not do anything in Europa League. That's what it says. Ajayi Ojon Ayomi will see you. Good morning. Oladeji Nuruddin Oyewole will see you as well. Babs Shion and Salimon Kolawole Mogaji will see you as well. Thank you so much for streaming us live this morning. Before we leave on the show, Europa League games coming up today. And of course, it will be decided as well. Lyon against Rangers and Sparta Prague at home to Brøndby in the... Napoli are welcoming Leicester City, and Leicester City boss Brendan Rodgers has revealed that 7 players and 3 staff members have not travelled to Italy because of against Napoli for that game against Napoli because coronavirus in some point, and of course injuries as well. Looks like the COVID virus is creeping back into sports,
and it's looking very sad at this point in time.
But do you think we can handle it? Are we prepared to handle it?
I think we've actually learned 1 or 2 lessons from what happened last time out, and trust me, I don't think sport will go on hold again, despite the fact that it's actually gradually creeping back. They would do everything possible to curb it and make sure it doesn't affect sport in the world.
All right, we have to leave on Sports Bank this morning, but do remember to join us later this evening at 4 p.m. at Move 21 Event Center, where we're having Night of Carols, the Splash FM, Lagulu FM Night of Carols. Do join us or at Move 21 at 4 p.m. Feromi Adibwega, thank you so much for being here this morning. Faith Adedeji, thank you so much for being here as well. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning for Winning Friday edition of Sports Bank. My name is Blessing Fuwowe. Over.
Splash FM 105.5.
Here is
105.5.
Access 105.5. One station, all the hits.
105.5. Splash.
How are you today? Okay, so guess what? I've got awesome news for you this wonderful time. And this is from Jumia. Yes, I am here again to talk about Jumia. And guess what it is this time? It is the Treasure Hunt Day. I'm so excited because, the Christmas season is here. There are plenty of things you can buy for your Christmas needs at discounted prices. And this runs from 6th to 19th of December.